You're listening to The Sizzle on Iron Skillet Radio and Iron Skillet Television.
You know who it is. You know what it is. It's The Sizzle here on Iron Skillet Radio, Iron Skillet Television. We are the hottest talk in the 219. We are the talk of the 219. Jay, we're getting ready to talk about the in fuego, but not so hot Chicago Bulls. I mean, they were hot. Now they're not.
We hot.
Now they're just.
We're cold. We're hot.
Yeah.
Then we cold. You know, it's all, you know,
Yeah.
it's not, you know. I don't know.
It's something that with the Bulls, it seems like it's something, but it's a lot of something nothing. I don't know why it's a lot of nothing, but let's walk through this nothing that is something. At one point after the All-Star game, the Bulls came out flat. I mean, flat like a mat on the floor. They were getting walked over, stepped over, beaten up, and they always lose to any team over 500. So any team over 500, that's an easy victory for if you're playing against the Bulls, especially if you're a big, your career night's going to come against the Bulls.
Oh, yeah, because none of our bigs can defend none of those bigs. I mean, none of our bigs can put whoever you want to put out there, Carter Jr., Gafford, whoever you want to run out there, who's that other guy they pull off the bench every once in a while just to throw him out there?
Oh, the tall guy.
Yeah, the real tall guy. Throw him out there. It's a 40-point night for your bigs. We don't even have bigs anymore in the NBA, so I don't know.
Okay, so now that you've gotten that straight, you understand that you can come in and have a career night.
Yeah, everybody does.
Then you go and the Bulls surge 2-3 games. Now they look like world beaters.
Again.
They're playing the little sisters of the poor. They're doing what they're supposed to do. They're putting in the work. They're slapping up people. They're saying crazy things. Billy Donovan has changed his starting lineup. He's taken out Kobe. He's taken out Wendell.
Yeah.
And he's put in the old guys.
It's all old school.
And now the old guys are olding, and they're playing that old YWCA game, or maybe it would be the YMCA game, but it's more like the YWCA game.
They're bringing out the Chuck Taylors.
Yes, it's just old craftiness. It's just get around you and I lay it up here. And then they go into a game where they jump on a team by 23 points. You've got a double-digit lead here.
Yeah.
You're coasting, you're cruising. And then all of a sudden, someone told the Bulls, hey, it's nap time. It's time to rest.
The baby
Go
Bulls.
ahead. Yeah, just put it on cruise. And even your man, Thaddeus Magic Johnson-Young, is turning the ball over 6 times.
Because he's handling the ball too much. He's handling the ball too much. This isn't what this guy does. He's playing in his thousands game. 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
All right? This is not what this guy is. This guy is the guy you bring in off your bench. He's not the starter. You bring him in off the bench. He gets 16 minutes in a game. Somewhere around there, if he does a turnover there or two, it doesn't matter. But when he's playing starter minutes up in them 30s, all of a sudden there's a reason why he was not a perennial starter in the NBA. Because after a while, he's going to get figured out. He's going to start throwing the ball off his shoe. He's going to do old man things. He's going to catch a hammy at some point in time, you know, and he might as well break out. Remember the old sweatsuit you have, the old men would have, the gray one? With the spots on it, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. You know, everybody else in their fresh gear, and he come out with the old sweatpants looking like Rocky. That's what Thaddeus Young's going to start playing. He's going to start putting that on if they keep starting him. He's going to come out there in his old man gear. Oh.
Yeah, he's just going to come out bathed in some kind of lotion where you can just Lamisol something, 1049, old man. He's going to smell like Ben Gay.
Yeah.
You're going to be able to smell him from the car. He's going to be like, man.
It's going to be his Chuck Taylors, and he's going to have his shorts over his gray sweatpants.
Right.
That's how he's going to come and ball out. Because
I think he's going to start going to press conferences, eating a bowl of greens with a little dipping of cornbread on the side.
Now, you done went way back when you talking about you going to get the pot liquor. You know what I'm saying? When you hitting the pot, sticking the cornbread in the pot liquor. Mm-hmm. And look, we talking about cornbread now, not Jiffy Mix now.
Oh, no. Real, the cornbread.
We ain't talking about cake. We ain't talking about cake.
No, and I'm talking about an iron skillet pan.
Yes, sir.
The skillet, it has to come out that fresh, hot. It has to come out that fire. It's not even if you put your cornbread in a cookie pan or if you put it in a little
like pan,
no.
Muffins. No, we don't do no muffins.
No, this is not muffin time. This is a time when you need cornbread, you need greens in one hand, and then you need a sweet tea waiting for you right when you get up to the mic. That's what he needs. That's all he needs.
And here's the thing about the Bulls, man. They get comfortable leads on people, and then all of a sudden, like you said, they go sleepy, sleep, bye-bye, and then they don't have a response. Not a response that they can hold on to. That's it.
What you found is if you pick them up full court pressure, you start working around.
Absolutely right.
They fall apart, and then Zach LaVine starts zacking. He does the Zach attack. He starts taking shots from 32 feet. He starts doing an alley-oop reverse to himself.
Yeah.
And now you got other cats who don't know. Poor Kobe's just running around, just flailing around, just like,
Kobe, wait. I'm Steph Curry.
It's bad. Yeah. Like, let me show you my stuff. You want to see it? You want to see it? Yeah, there I go. You want to see that? Wendell Carter's just out there like, I don't even know what I'm doing. Okay.
So am I
supposed
supposed
to take the shot?
So if he comes off the pick, am I just supposed to let him go to the rim? That what or should I just step up to no? Stay back here with my guy? Okay, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, I'm just going to stand here. And then Laurie just is sitting there like, I really don't know. But
I wish I was a Maverick.
That would be so lovely.
Laurie just has a look like, I just wish I was a Maverick.
At some point, don't you just have to put some of these kids out of their misery? Now, I believe in the old Johnny Box school of thought where sometimes you have to shoot a hostage. That is, I do believe that. Sometimes to make a point, you have to shoot a hostage. And in this situation, I feel Laurie would be a good candidate for execution.
But they've already executed him a couple of times. They've already put him in the wayward witness protection program, the basketball protection program, where, he's a little nicked up. Every time he gets a little nicked up, he's on the – do they have a 72-day injury list? Usually I think it's like 15 or something like that, right? He's on the 72-day list. Where he just can't, you don't even hear about Laurie Mark. He's not even in the building when he gets injured. And so how many times does that happen? And now you got him out there. Look, here's the whole problem with the Bulls we said before. None of these people are Billy Donovan's people. Only person that's his person is Mr. Williams. Don't break out. Do not put on those leprechauns. Who every once in a while looks great. And then all of a sudden, as you said earlier.
He'll give you those career nights. He'll give you 23. He'll set career highs and rebounds, points. He'll do some assist things. And then you'll turn around in a quarter, he'll have more turnovers than he had points. And then when you're just getting, and to your point, Jay, if you're not averaging 10 points, 10 to 12 points as the number 4 pick in the NBA draft, then there is a problem and there's an issue. And I don't even know if Pat was really Billy's person. I think he was Arturas Karnisovas's person.
I do too.
I don't believe that he's a Billy Donovan because I believe Billy Donovan would have found a point guard first that can come in. But one thing Billy Donovan has said, and I have to give him his props for it. You're going to keep putting Kobe White out here. And it's funny, we don't look at it. Billy Donovan has a lot of Tom Thibodeau in him. He's not as gruff and as aggressive, but he talks, it's that New York slick in him. And he's like, okay, keep running Kobe out here. He's on the team again tomorrow? Okay, well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play him, and I'm going to let him get bashed. He got worn out by Chris Paul. Now, Chris Paul has to be within his 40s, 50s, or 60s.
Chris Paul's 82 years old.
All right. So Chris Paul is 82. You're talking about a young man that played in his AAU tournaments.
And Chris Paul's giving him the business.
Yes. And I don't mean good business. I mean bad business. He is giving him all of the business he needs. He's giving it to him so hard. It's just
and now you see the difference between greatness and good. Because we've seen Chris Paul come up against really great guards and not look great. He's been good, but not look great. But when he comes up with guys lesser than he is, and Kobe White, he can run fast, straight up and down, but his lateral movement is terrible. He's terrible. He cannot. And Chris Paul hit him with the old man crosser, the Hardaway, the Tim Hardaway crossover. He just hits him with that, and he's gone. Like, I'm just hitting you with the old school. I'm hitting you with the old school hesitation. You know, with the ball just stay up in your hand like this, and you just look at him and see which way it's going, and I'm out of there, and I'm going to the rack, and there's nothing you can do about it. You know.
See, it's one of those things. When I look at Pat Williams, I look at Luka Doncic, and I see old man game, young man with super old game.
But he ain't Luka
Doncic. Old game.
But see, he ain't that. Luka is like that old man game that you can't do nothing with.
Right. It's nothing you can do to stop Luka's old man game. Even the chubby Luka, because I don't care what you said. Luka was not ready for the season. He's had a few more cannolis. He had some panache. He's had some things, and you look at him and you just want to touch him and go, ooh.
But he's James Harden. He's James Harden-esque because he don't have to be in shape. I'm getting these baskets.
James Harden is in shape.
Now.
He's round. No, he's round. That's his shape. Round.
But he's a bucket though.
Oh yeah. I'm a walking bucket. I'm a bucket.
You know?
Yeah, I'm not, so Tyler Hero can say he is, but no, James Harden is a bucket.
Luka Doncic is a bucket. Give him the ball, he's a bucket. So all right, okay. Like I'm firing up a couple. I'm eating a cheeseburger, but there ain't nothing you can do with it.
Hey, let me ask you something.
Yes, sir.
Quick. Is there anybody on the Bulls that's a bucket?
Oh no! Oh, absolutely not. Right. The only close a bucket you got is Zach LaVine, and he's a bucket when he can get going downhill to the basket. Like if he gets a lane coming to and he can use his athleticism, he got it. But for whatever reason now, and I know he's been in the gym. God bless you, Zach LaVine, for refining your game. And he has developed a long-range jumper, but it's not a laser long-range jumper. He'll hit him in spurts, but he's not a guy you want pulling up at the end of the ball game. The Bulls don't have one of those guys. The issue is now is that Zach LaVine is not going to the hoop enough.
Okay, so I was going to stop you, but you were on a roll. So I thought about it right when you were saying, is Zach LaVine, since you're talking about shooting and you're talking about him being a distant shooter.
Yeah.
I don't think he's a natural shooter.
No.
I think he's refined.
He's developed it, yes.
Is Zach LaVine the person you want taking I know he's the person you have to have at this point.
Yeah.
But is he really the person you want taking these long distance shots and trying to put the team on his back?
You don't have that guy on the Bulls right now. You don't have your long distance sharpshooter. Oh, he's left open. That's going down. You ain't got that guy. You don't have, and this is what the Bulls of the '90s had. You had Steve Kerr. You had Paxson. I had to mention his name. You had Paxson. You had guys like that who were open. You had who's the other 3-point shooter the Bulls had?
They had a lot. I mean, you can go back to my man who went to the White House and gave the president a note.
Yeah,
Craig Hodges.
Craig Hodges. You had
shooter.
You had B.J. Armstrong who could shoot it.
Yep.
You had a number of guys. If you left them open, it was going down.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have that on the Bulls right now. You don't have a guy. If you leave him open, it's a bucket. You don't have that right now.
The Bulls had about 4 or 5 buckets in their time, but in their greatest time, when they were at the zenith of their strength, you had 3 buckets on their team.
Yeah.
You had Jordan, you had Pippen, and you had Kukoc.
Yep.
Leave any of those 3 alone.
Yep.
They were a bucket.
They're going to give you the business. And so now you don't have a guy right now. Because your problem is that your 2 guards are your primary focus for your offense. And actually, both of them play the same position. So you don't really have a point guard. And so now you've taken your one guy, you tried to make him the point guard, you decide, well, see, he couldn't do it. I told you he couldn't do it. Now you're going to relegate him to go to the bench. And now you got old school out there trying to play in a position he's not supposed to be in. And now you have a Bulls team that's not going to make the playoffs, even though everybody is going to make the playoffs. The rec league team, Joe's Biscuits, is going to make the playoffs in the NBA. They take it rec leagues, they take it everybody. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm not going to do it with you. I'm not going to do Joe's Biscuits.
Joe's
Biscuits are not going to make the playoffs before the Bulls.
Joe's Biscuits from 84th. Yeah, they're directly they're coming in.
Okay, so before we get ready to bounce out.
Yes, sir.
What's the one thing, Jay, from your perspective, what could Zach LaVine, not even what could Zach do? Let's take it out of Zach, because I think Zach his body's gotten better. He's taking somewhat better shots. What is it the Bulls can do to help Zach LaVine at this point?
First thing they needed to do was go find a shooter. That's what they needed to do. That could have helped Zach LaVine out tremendously. A guy where you had to go out there and guard him at the 3-point line, that you couldn't just lock in on Zach LaVine and leave him alone. You needed that help. That gets Zach LaVine one-on-one, especially coming in off the backside. If they know they're going to kick the ball across the court to an open shooter, they're going to stay home on the backside. That opens up the Bulls' offense. The biggest problem with the Bulls' offense is when it gets stagnant, nobody's moving around because nobody's scared about leaving the shooter open because you don't have a shooter on the floor. That's the one thing they could have done. The second thing that they needed to do was actually draft a point guard. A point guard. Somebody that can actually handle the ball and give it to Zach LaVine on the move. Zach LaVine is most dangerous when he catches the ball and he's able to come downhill and attack the rack. When he can come downhill, Zach LaVine is one of the best in the business because he can finish around and he got tremendous hops. He's a tremendous finisher and he plays angry. The biggest problem is you got him out there trying to create his own shot like he's James Harden. Zach LaVine is not James Harden. He's not Dame Dollar. He's not any of those people. He's Zach LaVine. He really can't get his own basket on a regular basis. If they start running people at him, he's not good enough, and I'm going to say this, he's not good enough to find the open man most of the time. This is the reason why LeBron James is so great. Just because of his physical attributes and now his jump shot shooting attributes. But the one thing LeBron James is going to do, he's going to find the open man with the basketball. I saw one time when LeBron was playing, he had a guy on his back, and you knew it was over with because LeBron was going to find the open guy, and he did, and the jumper went up and he hit it. LeBron is great at doing that. Zach LaVine is not that guy. You know what I'm saying? So you got to play a guy with his skill sets. The best thing you saw that the Bulls did, the old school Bulls, they played guys and played them where they were good. They let John Paxson go out there and shoot the basketball. How many times did John Paxson ever make one layup?
I don't believe
Steve Kerr ever make a layup? Craig Hodges ever make a layup? Ever?
That wasn't what they do.
That's not what they do. They shoot jump shots.
Yep. So, all right, well, let's leave it there. We've got to get Zach a point, and we got to get him some shooters, something that everybody in the league needs. And something else that everybody needs is everybody needs to know that if you're going to subscribe, like, and share Iron Skillet Sports and the Sizzle and what you're listening to right now, just go ahead and do it. Step up to the line.
It's right there.
Go ahead. It's tournament time. Push that button. Make that shot. Do it right now. Do it. Don't wait. Don't wait till somebody is putting you in the corner. No, you will not back baby into the corner. You will do it right now. You will like, share, and subscribe because we are Iron Skillet Sports. We are the Sizzle. We are the talk of the 219. And listen, all you have to do is you can find us anywhere, any platform where you get your information, be it that you want a podcast or be it that you want a video, you can find us. And all you have to do is look for us at hashtag Iron Skillet 219. It's so simple. It's so simple. It's so easy that even Zach LaVine could do it without a point guard.
Wow.
Yeah. Sometimes it's like that. You know how it is. But you know who it is. You know what it is. This is the Sizzle here on Iron Skillet Radio, Iron Skillet Television. We are the talk of the 219. We are the hottest talk in the region, and we will see you on the other side.